Today's webinar is on online reviews for real estate. As I had mentioned, my name is Riti, and the webinar itself will be 40 minutes in length, followed by a Q&A at the end. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box to send us your questions, and we will certainly address these questions at the end of this webinar. Our social media tags are @RankMyAgent and #RankMyAgent. So I had founded Rank My Agent about in late 2013, early 2014. And our vision here is to raise the bar in our industry and connect the very best agents to the public. We do this based on credible, verifiable reviews. Every single review on our platform is based on a transaction that did happen, and everything is verified before going live onto the platform. So the reason that we had built this platform was that there was a lot of noise in our industry. There was a lot of slander that was happening, and there was a lot of just negativity that was happening for the real estate industry. We found that all the real estate agents were being judged the same way, painted in the same slant as what the media was portraying. And while there were thousands and thousands, there are thousands of agents that are, doing incredible work, very professional. And we wanted to build a platform that would help elevate the professionalism on about real estate agents. So I come from a technology background, having worked in emerging technologies at University of Toronto for the last 15 years, previous to RMA, and then also being licensed as an agent in Ontario and now in Alberta for 3 years. Okay, so our agenda today is why online reviews impact your business, the benefits of collecting online reviews, your online review strategy. Then we're going to take a deep dive and then into RMA and then show you how you can set up your profile, how you can send and track review requests, how to do our Twitter syndication and share those reviews, how to add widgets to your own website. These widgets basically will allow you to share all the reviews that you have on RMA on your website. It's a one-time install and just super easy for you to maintain. We will also show you how you can link up your RMA reviews to Realtor.ca as well. This is just very useful as, Realtor.ca is the #1 visited site, and having those reviews can really make a difference because those profiles are really being looked at by the consumer. Now, we will also talk about previous testimonials and how you can port them over to RMA. I'll also show you how you can respond and optimize reviews, including now to the ability to add photographs to your reviews, just giving a lot of organic feel. And I'm going to leave you with some tips and tricks with online reviews and show you some real life examples of how you can start requesting reviews, creative ways to do that. Okay, so let's just get started here. So why are online reviews so important and why do they impact you? So, our industry this year certainly has been evolving quite a bit. There's a lot of change happening in this industry as data becomes more public, as we get new entrants to our marketplace. I really find that this is the year that you really have to show your value proposition. If you haven't done that already in an online way, you have to really show to your customers that who you really are, and getting really on top of that value proposition and is really going to help you get ahead. So what I'm finding is that this is an opportunity for you to get better as an agent, and this is really going to help you differentiate yourself as well. So looking at some examples here, let's just imagine that we're planning a trip. And during planning of this trip, we need to book our airline tickets. We need to plan our hotel. We need to, of course, plan the restaurants that we're going to visit. So what do we turn to? We go onto the internet and we start looking at the best airline flights to catch, the prices of these flights. We'd start looking at the reviews related to the hotel that we want to stay at. And we start looking at, of course, restaurants and what the experiences were. So all these segments, all these decisions involve reviews. So you can see that online reviews certainly are mainstream in our everyday psyche. Now, this actually crosses over to doctors, to teachers, to lawyers, and now real estate agents. So you can see that it's just our tendency. This is not going to change. It's just going to be a norm. That's how life has evolved for all of us. The user feedback is so important. So looking at some stats here, the Google Zero Moment of Truth. This basically tells us that 9 out of 10 people will do their research before they call you. So if I see that listing and I see your name on that signboard, and I'm wondering how you are, what type of business you do, I will probably look up you. I'll probably put your first name, last name, and maybe the title, maybe reviews, maybe the keyword reviews after that to see what comes up. So as you can imagine, this is so important. Even if you do get that referral, that prospective client will go online to figure out more about yourself. Now that RMA reviews are available on Realtor.ca, this also makes it so important that you do have these reviews. The consumer is going to be expecting to see them. So here's the example of the Realtor.ca integration that we have. You'll see that there's the agent's profile, and within the client ratings and testimonial areas, you'll see the RMA information that's there. This is a one-time setup, and once this is set up, your reviews will always be available for a consumer. So it's just great information for them. I mean, who else but your actual clients can really tell about your work, and I think that's the really the best way that you can share your value proposition with others. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do you go about getting business from reviews? I mean, maybe you've only always relied on those referrals and the offline sources. How do you actually get business? Do you get business out of reviews? And, you know, agents tell me on and on again, like this is the best decision that they've made in terms of monetizing the value of their reviews. What they're finding is that they're certainly getting lots of business. By the time an agent, someone picks up the phone to call you, they've kind of made up their mind after they read these reviews. Like, this is what I'm hearing. They've made up their mind that they want to work for you. So they want to work with you. So it just kind of shows you how easy it becomes if, you know, your actual clients have written about your work just to sell yourself to them later. So looking at benefits, reviews certainly tie that puzzle together, tie the pieces together of that puzzle of the online and offline information together. This is more talking about that Google Zero Moment of Truth and how you'll try to, you know, as a consumer, try to reconfirm what you have heard. So they help you tie all those pieces together. They highlight your brand stories and give clients an organic feel of how it is to work with you. I think this is better than any marketing dollars spent because, you know, the actual clients, the way that they talk about you is better than any advertising you could do. Reviews certainly are optimized for SEO and geofarming. I will get more into that. I'll show you how you can optimize your profiles on RMA so that you can really harness the power of the SEO that we have built into our platform here. We'll also show you how you can amplify your reach using our integrations that we have. We'll also want to let you know that you can share your team success. So if you're a team, our platform actually has team profiles and team dashboards that really help you as a team to collect reviews and to build that awareness about your work. And as I had mentioned, reviews certainly are a great client generation source. We're seeing that over and over again. It doesn't take many reviews to start getting these clients who want to work with you. So it's just having a strategy around that. Okay, so I wanted to give you some examples here of how our search is in terms of the SEO powers. Once you start adding some locations, some geofarming locations that you specialize in within your profiles, what you'll see is that it will get picked up on Google. So this is my example, best realtors in Napanee, And you'll see that Rank My Agent is on page 1 right here. Just showing you how powerful this could be. I mean, as premium members on RMA, you're allowed up to 10 locations that you could add. I highly encourage you to use all 10. As a basic member, you're allowed 1, but you know, it's so important to show this because it's a great way to be found. So let's talk more about review strategy, because review strategy is so critical to being successful with reviews. And what you want to do is sit with your team and first of all, see what are the specific platforms in your industry that are really important that people go to. I would do this by basically picking that industry that you work in, for example, real estate, in our case, and then adding reviews, real estate reviews, and then see what comes up. And what you will find is that you will see RMA coming up quite a bit within that because of just the number of reviews and the SEO power of what we're doing here. So you'll definitely see RMA within that. And then what you want to do is collaborate with your team on what is your strategy. Of course, that strategy should always begin with providing that outstanding service. I mean, this is so important in today's age, especially as we're trying to really differentiate ourselves from a lot of noise out there. So always provide that outstanding service. And now when you get into those listing presentations, if you do have some reviews already, I would encourage you to share those reviews with your clients and let them know to go onto this third-party site and find out more about yourself. So definitely talk about it within your listing presentation and mention how important this is. I will also show you some examples of how agents have incorporated their testimonials into the listing presentations as well to give you some ideas. Now, it's wonderful you've got that listing. It's time for those weekly check-ins. So weekly check-ins, what you want to do is always survey them verbally, check with them, is everything going as they expect? Could you be doing anything better? This will just allow you to gauge how their sense is of what's going on, what's working right, and also more insights for yourself, how you could improve this experience for them. Also let them know at the very end of this whole transaction, you will be asking for that review, so that they also are aware of that. So you need to, plant that seed. Make sure you communicate to them how important it is to get these reviews and how much this means to your business. So let your clients know that you will be requesting. Great ideas around that is every single email signature that you have when you send out your emails. Put like a little footer message there, read my reviews on RMA, and it'll just kind of reinforce how important these reviews are. So now, you've reached that major milestone in this whole transaction. You have firmed up the deal. And it's time to start requesting those reviews. So you would go into the branded requests via review platforms such as ours and start sending these requests out. I will show you how you can do that with RMA today. You should also follow up with some drips around this, around that review request. I highly encourage to do text messages as well. I've heard that those are quite successful in terms of just getting your client to do that review for you. And once you do receive that review, follow up and respond to that feedback, as that feedback is so important. It's so important that you also share your side and you thank them, and you also provide your feedback, as prospective new clients will be reading this as well. So you want to rinse and repeat and keep on doing this for every single transaction that does happen. And this strategy works quite well. I've seen agents grow their business from, for initially they have a plan for 5 reviews, and we've got quite a few agents that are over 150 reviews on RMA just by using this strategy on each and every transaction. And they are getting more business out of it. Okay, so let's move forward now. RMA, I did touch on this a bit, but just to more about this. So RMA is the Canadian leading platform that connects real estate professionals such as yourself to the public. We do this using the platform, which has lots of tools that will help you build your online reputation, get new leads. I actually should say not leads, get new clients. And as I mentioned, we do integrate with Realtor.ca, your own websites, corporate websites, and we also do link up with Remax.ca. Okay, so let's do that demo of RMA. I'm going to take that deep dive into the platform. So let me just share with you the first item that I want to teach you today. That is how to set up your profile. So I'm just going to minimize out of my presentation here and just go ahead and a browser out. So first thing first you'd want to do is, as an agent, log in. And I'm going to log in as my test agent on RMA. Once you're logged in, you will be taken to your dashboard. This is basically the place to go to just see what's happening with RMA. We'll have some updates on this side. We'll have your review breakdowns. We'll have your current surveys and just more insights around those surveys. Yeah. So what you want to do is go into My Account, click on Edit Profile. This is where you would add your photograph if it's not there already for you, or if you want to change it. If you need to do that, just you'd want to X out of here, and then you could upload a new photograph. I'm actually just gonna try to get the past one that I just had in here. All right, okay. Just make sure that your photograph is square. That's the only requirement. It should be nicely square to fit nicely into this circle space that we have here. But you have a couple of options with your header colors, so either a white, green, or red. So you can pick one according to your branding. So I'm going to show you how that looks like. So I'm just going to pick an agent somewhere here, and then so Sue here has a red one, but you have various options to either change this to a white or a green. Getting back into my dashboard, you can set a featured review. So any one of your reviews, just select which one you want, and then that can be featured. And Sue has this one here, so this is that area. And you can pick up to 10 specializations that you focus on. We have a lot of options here. If you need any other options added, let us know at support@rankmyagent.com, and we'll get these added for you. You have a couple of service options as well. So if you focus on first-time home buyers and that's your niche, or maybe seniors, you definitely want to list these. Now, talking about geofarming and coming back to how important that is, this is the area that you would start, adding those areas that you work in, starting with your province, with your city, and if you would like some additional neighborhoods, you have an option of no or yes. And what you'll find is that you will always be searchable under the city that you have selected. But these additional neighborhoods will let you focus in on certain neighborhoods that you're very active in. Say if you just sold 4 or 5 homes in a certain neighborhood and you really want to be shown in that area. So yeah, really important to do this. I find that it's great SEO power as well. So now let's talk about the right-hand side of your profile. Just basic details here: first name, last name. You can change your password here if you need to. And then you have your bio, so that's your value proposition, designations that you hold, languages that you speak, and then your social media handles that you are actively using. You can even add a YouTube video or a Vimeo video. I'm going to show you an example of an agent that I believe has a video. Okay. So you'll see Simon here has a video right here. I think it's a great idea so that people just get a sense of more of your personality and who you are. So that's available for you. Just add in that channel. And your brokerage details. Now, coming below here, we have a feature called Amplify Your Reviews. And this basically allows you to push your reviews that are over 4+ onto Twitter, onto your Twitter business page. I want to give you an example of how this looks like. So I'm just gonna pull out my Twitter account and so you'll see that Simon had one here. My client's needs are my #1 priority. And this is a link to that review. What you'll notice, which is really interesting, is it's hashtagged with the city codes and so on, but the real estate codes are really important for the city. So just another way for you to build traction with your reviews. And this is actually sent out for more positive reviews that are 4+. Okay, so that's the Twitter integration. Now I'm already connected, but if you're not connected, you'll have a little plus sign and you'll just click on that plus sign and then it will prompt you to put in your username and password. And that would be the way that you would be able to do the integration. Okay, so that's the profile. I'm going to jump back into my deck now just to show you what's next and summarize the whole profile process. So this is the very first thing you need to do, of course, build your profile. Once again, to summarize, log in, go into edit profile under my account, fill each section as fully as you wish, and make sure you leave your contact details. I forgot to mention, make sure you leave your phone number as well, because we have this nice call to action, call me, right on top of the profile. So your direct number would be great to put there. Okay, so how do you go about sending these reviews and how do you track reviews? Let's go on to a browser now and show you how you can do that. This yellow button, this beautiful yellow button, just click on request review and that will allow you to send out these requests. All you need to do is put in the email address of the client that you just firmed up a deal with. You can put more than one. Say if you have a couple of clients that you want to send on bulk. So once you have them on the recipient side, if you would like to, contact these clients for a future like follow-ups, or say if you have future deals, just put a click here, just a check mark here, and after you send this whole email, it will be sent over to your My Contacts area, so you can easily send them another email. So this is the email that is sent out. Can you recommend me? And this is ready for you, but you can definitely customize this further. And once you have customized it, just make sure you save it as a template so that next time you have it. Only thing to remember is please don't change these links. These are the links that RMA tracks for you to let you know if the email had been opened, and this is the exact link that it would be going to. So yeah, keep these ones untouched. And once you're ready, you can just send the request by clicking send request. What you'll see is that you'll get a note like this, your request has been sent, and that'll just let you know that it has been sent. So yeah, great, your request has been sent, but has the client seen that email or have they started that review? So what you do is you go to My Accounts, you go to Review Stats, and so this is where you would head and you would see all the emails that you sent out. So my last one that I just sent out looked like this. Hi, Sally. I was wondering if you could write a review of your real estate experience. Click here to begin the survey. You'll see it's branded with your details coming from your profile. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. You can see that the email got delivered. I haven't viewed it yet, so it's letting me know I haven't viewed it, and the survey, of course, has not been started. If you're seeing that a survey has not been started, they have viewed it, it's time to do some text messages. It's time to follow up and see what's happening with this. If you're running into any issues, you can also email us at support@rankmyagent.com, and our team is happy to follow up as well. Sometimes these clients also need a little bit of a nudge, so we're happy to assist you with that as well. All right, so that is the whole process about sending all these review requests and tracking them. Let's get back into the deck here. To summarize, hit the request review button, that yellow button, add as many email addresses as you want, and then you can also edit that template and just send requests. So Twitter, I had talked about that briefly. What you want to do is go into your edit profile area in your My account. And when you're there, you will see a connect button. Just you want to click on that and follow the steps in the pop-up box that will allow you to do the Twitter integration. So how do you go about adding these widgets to your website, and how do these widgets actually look like? All right, so let's pull out the browser. Now, widgets basically are a tool that allow you to take all the reviews from RMA and put them on your own site. So no longer do you have to maintain a testimonials area, which becomes very tedious, and also which, it's hard to really trust because it's not third party. So these are the widgets that RMA has. We have a narrow version, and we do have a wide version that I'll show you. I'm actually just gonna head over to an agent's website. So you'll see that this is the wide version of our widget. As you can see, it's automatically being refreshed with the content, and it directs them also to his reviews on RMA, and you can also get into his profile as well. So just good information for you, very easy to incorporate. So in terms of how do you get this widget onto your own site, all you need to do is take the source code here, copy it, and either send it to your web developer who can add it to your website in the source code, or if you are technically savvy, all you do is open up your HTML source code and paste it where you need to place it. Now we have a couple of options with these widgets. We also do have these badges. So these badges I've seen used on home pages that work quite well. You have circle options, square options, you have buttons that you could use. Now these buttons can also be used for email signatures. All you do is you save the image, and then you just basically would be taking this and then adding that link into your email signature. We also do have buttons for Teams as well that could be used. Perfect. So, that's how you can incorporate the widget. It's once again a one-time setup, and you never have to do it again, but it just makes it really easy for you to manage the testimonials as they come in. So, just head over to the widgets area and copy and paste that code into your editable section of your website. How do you respond to reviews? And so let's talk more about that. Now, with responding to reviews, what you want to do is head over to My Account, go to Reviews. This is where all the reviews will be visible on your dashboard. You will be able to see pending reviews, awaiting moderation reviews, and live reviews. Now, you do also receive an email. So every time you do get a new review, you get an email notifying you that a new review has come in. So that comes in on real time. But if you need to log in, you can certainly access them all here. Pending reviews are reviews that need some action from you. So we're basically waiting to hear from you to see, do you approve it or do you flag it? And based on those decisions, the process moves on. And what you'll see is some pending reviews, once you approve them, will go live automatically. They'll go live automatically because the email addresses are verified that the client sent from, the transaction details are all there, everything is fine. So you'll see automatically it'll go live. Sometimes these reviews will not go live because there is some issue related to that review. So the account managers will get involved, and you'll see that they're in awaiting moderation. Generally, reviews go live within 24 hours of being received, depending on what decision has been made in terms of approval or flagging. And then this is where your live reviews are, right in the bottom. Now, with your live reviews, we were talking about responding to them. Responding certainly shows your professionalism and highly encourage it. What you want to do is click on these three dots, click on respond to review. You want to log in. So I'm going to log out. You want to log in either using one of these profiles, your district, Facebook, Twitter, or Google. And this is where you would just provide the feedback. Thank you so much for that review. If you need some ideas on how to respond, we do have some information available for you as well on that. And then you would just, send that reply back. And it would go into the discourse system, and it would also be available with your review. Now, since I'm here, I think I should also show you all the various other features with optimizing these reviews. So you can add neighborhoods to your reviews. So you can add, for example, I would add, say if I had Aspen Woods based out in Calgary, you'll see that I'll save it and it would get added to this review. So I highly encourage you to add more details to your review, just to give you clients, prospective clients, more information about where you have worked. Now, a new feature that we rolled out just about a week ago was adding photographs to your review. Now, this really can make a lot of difference in, getting found and just, giving the consumer more information about yourself. What you want to do is head over to Manage Photo. Pick the photo that you want to add. We just ask that you have the consent of the reviewer to upload the photograph. So some ideas for photographs could be the house that you just sold, your client with the sold sign and, really happy, very excited. It can be an interior picture of a room in the house, anything that you think will give a more organic feel. So just after you select that photograph, just check mark here and then save those changes, and that picture would get uploaded for you. I'm going to show you an example. I think Terry, based out of Vancouver. Terry, let's see. I believe he has been adding some photographs, I have noticed. So you can see how nice this review looks. And yeah, so I highly encourage you to start adding some photographs to reviews. Gets a couple more. Okay, so let's get back into our deck here. So we talked about responding to reviews, adding neighborhoods, adding photographs, and this is really just going to help you tell your story better. Let's talk about the Realtor.ca integration that we have. So to do this integration, what you want to do is, first of all, go to your RMA dashboard, and you want to get your unique ID number, and then go to member.realtor.ca. So I'm going to actually show this to you, how you can go about it and add this. Then you don't need to wait until you have the first review. You can even do this integration today if you still need to start collecting reviews. So this is your unique ID number. Just copy it. Let's head over to member.realtor.ca. So you'll be taken to Realtor link. Just put in your board, put in your ID, and then you would log in. Once you're logged into this area, you will be taken to this dashboard and go to Profile and click on Update My Profile. Now, you will see an area, Realtor Ratings and Testimonials. This is where you would go to Rank My Agent. Just put in that ID number that you just had copied from RMA, and then you would just click Link to My Realtor Profile. Within about half an hour, 40 minutes, your reviews would be linked up. So that's the way that you would go about linking. And yeah, you don't need to wait until you have reviews. You can do this today so that you're ready once you start getting reviews on the system. Okay, so we've talked about Realtor.ca and highly important for you to do this with the number of users and the traffic that Realtor.ca receives. Important to, it's going to make a difference actually when consumers see agents with reviews and not reviews. So let's talk about previous testimonials. So, you know, we understand that you may have been in business for a very long time and you've already collected a lot of testimonials. Well, how do you port them over? And what we do here at RMA is that we allow up to 20 testimonials to be uploaded onto RMA. They need to be, of course, verified. So what you do is we'll provide you an Excel sheet. It will have an area for you to put in the testimonial and the transaction details. We'll also ask you for the buyer seller's email address so that we can collect the ranking information that we need. And once everything is verified, our team will get these testimonials ported over to you. So this just allows you to, take those past testimonials and add them. Some tips and tricks to win with reviews. Make sure you communicate the significance of each and every review by adding reviews to all your marketing collateral. So if you're planning print for 2019, it's time to consider adding some information about Read My Reviews or having some components of reviews within that whole strategy. Your email signatures, your listing presentations. I will give you some examples of this. Make sure clients are told at listing appointments about your reviews, as this will really help build trust with you. And yeah, certainly, request feedback. Request this consistently each and every time. You can run a lot of contests around these as well. I've seen lots of contests that agents run. And then, reviews are also a great way for you to hone your skills, to enhance your business. They provide a lot of insights. The RMA survey itself is based on metrics that were considered important by the consumer, such as how is the agent's neighborhood knowledge, how is their professionalism, how are their communication skills, their negotiation skills. So there's 7 rankings that we gauge for, we ask the client for. We also do ask, would you work with this agent again? Like, was it successful for you? And this basically will give you the insights to know, well, should you be spending your marketing dollars on the client for how long? And this will just let you enhance that. So certainly respond to all reviews professionally. And that just basically helps you shine and really helps the other person who's reading these reviews to gauge how you handle all situations. You can amplify your reviews across social media. So you can, share these reviews on your Facebook news feed. You can share them on Twitter, as I had shown you, on your own websites. So that's available for you. And certainly you can market your services online using these reviews. So talking about real life examples, this is a Facebook boosted post. So the team here received some reviews on RMA, and they basically did a sponsored Facebook post about their verified reviews. Here is the listing presentation example. You can see how beautiful this looks. Basically, they repurposed the reviews from RMA and added them onto the listing presentation. I've also seen agents promoting their reviews on their own websites. So while video testimonials are so important, I think that written part is also very important. So they have both components here that they're sharing. Here's some examples on Instagram. So the agent basically took a screen capture and then they are sharing these, the feedback. Here's the Facebook newsfeed example that I was telling you about. Here's that Twitter example. Now, this is a really great idea. So this idea was provided by Just Sell Homes by Andrew. And basically what happened here was that an agent sold a home in a neighborhood. So they basically repurposed that testimonial that they received. And then they built an ad around that. And then they took the photograph of the client to make it very organic. And then they basically went around that neighborhood in like a radius of 5 kilometers or maybe like 1 kilometer around that neighborhood, and had a little what's my home worth, a little page there. So you can see how powerful all these pieces are together. So you certainly want to do this if you are, very active in a certain neighborhood, and this is a great idea for you. Okay, so talking about Google Ads. So as soon as you search this agent's name, you'll see that he also has an ad going on for his Rank My Agent profile. Because I think, everyone realizes today that it's better what others say about you versus what you say about yourself. So he wants to direct them to the third-party site. So yeah, here are some great strategies when you start building more reviews. Talking about Google knowledge boxes now. So organically, you will see over time your knowledge box on the right-hand side on Google will start showing those Rank My Agent reviews. There's an area called Reviews from the Web, and you'll start seeing that. But what you could also do is add some graphics. So you can do that today. Just take screen captures and start adding graphics around your work. So yeah, that would be a great idea for you to just get more coverage. Now, we were talking about contests that you could run. Now, this contest was designed so that the agents could collect more reviews. They are giving 4 complimentary passes to the Fall Home Show. And all you have to do is rate their service, write a review to be entered into the draw. So this is a great idea. You can certainly, use this to build your plan. Say that by end of the month you want 5 reviews. By end of the year you want 20 reviews. These are the type of activities you could be doing to help you reach those milestones. Another idea for you is when you have your client appreciation dinners and so on, that's a great time to talk about your reviews, and also maybe have a laptop, something ready so that if someone wants to write a review, they could. Or maybe send it close to having these appreciation nights, maybe the next week. Okay, so SEO examples. What we're finding is that when agents are starting to add in their geofarming areas, Rank My Agent is really starting to show. Here's my example, best realtors in Tuxedo Park. And you'll see that right away. It's right there on page 1. So this is a great idea. I mean, there could be neighborhoods in specific areas that you focus on, and it's not such a great area, like a big area such as Toronto, and every single agent says they're a Toronto agent. But if you want to specialize in certain areas, and we can certainly help you with SEO around that. I want to give you an example of team pages and SEO as well. So I just did a simple search, Move Team, and you'll see right away they have their own website, which is awesome. And then they have the third-party Rank My Agent site here. The reason why this is here is because Google really believes in reviews, and they really want to, it's part of their whole juice in SEO. When you have reviews, they kind of push that up. So this is perfect for them because, their own website, and then the third party that takes them to their verified reviews. You'll see the reviews from the web here are syndicating as well. So this is what I was referring to. Over time, you'll see that you'll also start to see this result. If you don't see the result, or if you need your profiles optimized, send us a note, and we will do some work on our end as well to help you with that component. Now, we're getting a lot of demand from agents telling us that they want to take the online world more offline, and this is an example of that, where we're creating signage. We're happy to create graphics for you according to your branding needs, and help you in promotion of those reviews, and also share more about yourself. So this is available for you. Okay, so a couple of steps to finish strong in 2018. Complete your, I want to say finish strong in 2018 and get a head start in 2019, get more business in 2019. If you haven't done it yet, make sure your RMA profile is complete, including the videos, including all those geofarming areas. Send out review requests after each and every deal as soon as you firm up. Connect to your Realtor.ca profile if you haven't done this already, and integrate into your CRM. So these are our steps. I'm gonna just check in to see if any questions have come in at this point. I think we're good. I don't see any questions that have come in. So if you do have any questions, I'll send you my details so you can reach out to us. But thank you so much for joining us today. We will be sending you the online reviews matter more than ever.